What's up, YouTubers, Spotifyers, podcasters, whatever you're doing? I guess just join in line because this is another fishing report. There's about 78 fishing reports for Lake of the Ozarks now, and it's all good information. But everybody's catching them right now, so this is going to be real quick. There's fish moving up to the bank. There's fish that hasn't spawned yet. There's fish on Texas rigged creature baits. There's topwater bites. This is a time of year where everything is happening. There's not a whole lot of big tournaments coming up, but there is a USA Bassett on Sunday out of Pahitsi. There's a bunch of club tournaments, and now the night tournaments have really kicked off. Unfortunately, my schedule has not allowed me to go to any night tournaments, being evening type tournaments, but rather do family stuff anyway, and hopefully I'll get in there one of these days, but just haven't made that happen. Excuse me. But I wanted to record that the water is still running. I'll just call it full blast. The water level at Lake of the Ozarks has kind of steadied out at that 659 mark. It kind of goes up and down, but they're still running a lot of water. The point bite is starting to happen, but there is also a lot of fish that I believe have not spawned yet. So they're trying to get to a comfortable area to get up and finish spawning, or they're spawning right now. I think we're going to have spawners between now and all the way into next week. I think that there are fish in every stage still. So get ready to see a lot more fish move shallow in the Glaize, in the dirty water, in the Nyanguas. And it seems like we had a big wave of fish push up in the clear water, and now you're going to see a lot more fish pull up in the dirty water, and or have a second wave of spawners. That's with the crappie and the bass. So keep checking everything. If something's not working, move out to a point. If that's not working, move to a bluff end, move to the docks where the water's coming around dock floats. Pretty much put the trolling motor down and fish everything, and then when you figure out what you want to do, then duplicate that. There's fish being caught out in the post-spawn type scenarios where they're dragging Carolina rigs and throwing crankbaits and spoons and football jigs already. I personally like topwater fishing so much that I will throw a spook around or some other sneaky little baits that I will reveal, hopefully in some video after this weekend. I hope to get some footage of some things that you might think is interesting of what I've been catching them on. It's a spook type bait. I'm not going to reveal what it is yet. It is an old bait that you cannot get anymore. It is a very expensive bait if you find it. It was not expensive for me, but it is a very unique topwater. And no, it is not a Vixen. But if you know what a Vixen is, you probably know what I'm talking about. But more to reveal on that. Watch out for YouTube to come out. I'm going to try to throw some things out there that's not so obvious. I watched some videos on YouTube today that got me thinking, are we... It's not even a question. It's not... I think as a fishing industry as a whole, YouTube is getting saturated with videos. Now, I tend to watch almost everything that goes on at Lake of the Ozarks, and I enjoy it. I like it when people are sharing all the information. I mean, that's what I'm doing right now on this podcast or this recording or whatever you want to call it. Some people are putting everything out there, and I see the good part of it is I hope that it helps them generate income for sponsors or generate income through YouTube channels or generate income with some advertising or something. But I hope they're getting something out of it, because what is happening is, I can see it because I pretty much watch it every day, where some places on the lake are getting pretty much hammered because they're watching videos and people are going out there and they're duplicating that. So I don't think it's that much of a problem to where I'm like, damn, I wish people would just stop YouTubing. It just is making me think, how do we help people catch more fish without just showing them the actual spots and the juice? There's a balance there. I just watched a video with Dion Hibden on bassandbob.com. He always gives out great information and doesn't really necessarily like blow up an area. So it helps me dial in to go fishing, but he doesn't say, go to Cartwright Creek and go to the secondary point on the left and throw a Guido bug right there on that secondary point. I think if you start putting out information that's specific, we're going to kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. I don't know. I think there's so many different ways to look at it. These fish are changing all the time also. So if you did say to go to the Gravois and throw a spinnerbait, but make sure that it's a 4.5 silver with a lavender shad with the number 3 Colorado, also silver, as your, on your tandem half-ounce spinnerbait, and make sure you throw it on laydowns on wind-blown points. I don't know. I think those fish will change so much by the time that you get out there. That's probably not working the same. So is it really bad? I don't know. It just crossed my mind today, and I would love to know what you all think. Is fishing reports, is there too much out there? Is there not enough sharing? Is there too much sharing? I like the reports that are on the radio in the morning. I like listening to Jack on the radio. He gives a broad synopsis of what's taking place at the time, of what's been going on. But he doesn't blow up or ruin certain areas of the lake. I don't know. I want everybody to do... I don't think there's a wrong way to do any of this. I have noticed, I have taken down videos because I have shown basically which ramp that I used, where I fished, and I got I got more likes and I got more people that enjoyed that, but I also got that handful of people that hated that I shared that information. So for me personally, all this YouTube stuff was just to really just record what was happening, so I have a historical backup to what I could look up next year on the same type of conditions that we might run across again. So my intentions is definitely not to blow up an area. I'm not sure. So I think there's a million ways to do it. I don't know. That just kind of threw me for a loop today. So I would really, of course, I want to hear everyone's opinions, but then again, I think it all boils down to what is your goal? What are we doing? So anyway, forget about all that stuff. Get out there and go fishing. Put a spook on, put a buzzbait on. Check the points. And then if you like flipping and pitching, right now's the time to do it. Put on a creature bait, put on your jigs. If you're having a hard time getting a bite, I caught a lot of fish this past week on a Ned rig, just whenever I was really struggling. And a lot of them were keepers, so that was fun. So anyway, the fishing's great right now. Get out there. It doesn't matter if you go up the river, stay at the dam, put in at Shawnee, stay around that Buck Creek area. The Glaize looks really good right now. The Glaize has been pretty much where I've fished the most. Anywhere from McCubbins to PB2. It's very fishable water. I even like the dirtier stuff up. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. So anywhere in the lake right now is pretty good, but we've got a lot of water flow. We've got a lot of debris out there, so just make sure that you're paying attention to what you're doing, and let's go out there and have fun. The summertime is here. The weather and the storms kind of being off and on have kind of held off a lot of the big boaters, but I think this weekend we're going to have temps up in the upper 80s, and we're going to see a lot more boat traffic from here all the way until the end of swimming weather, which is October, November. So summer's here, so be careful. See you guys later. Thanks for listening.